hospital bills. And Medishare members took care of everything. All we paid was our small portion. I'm a doctor who's been in healthcare for 20 years, and this is one of the most impressive programs I've ever seen. Thank God she's fully recovered, and now we're telling everyone about Medishare.
Call 844-74-BIBLE to find out how much you can save on your health care. Medishare. Call 844-7.
Steve and Kate are a typical couple with a common marital concern.
His snoring was awful and it kept me awake. I tried everything, turning him, waking him, nose strips, and even earplugs for me. Nothing worked. It was making me crazy.
Then Kate heard that snoring may be a sign of sleep apnea, a serious disorder in which breathing actually stops during sleep. Untreated, it can lead to high blood pressure, stroke, or heart failure.
I went from annoyed to afraid. His life could be at risk.
Kate sought help from the Sleep Disorders Center at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. The Sleep Disorders Center has been diagnosing and treating sleep disorders for the people of South Central Kentucky since 2004. It turns out that Steve did in fact have sleep apnea.
But he's fine now. No more snoring.
And there was an added benefit for Kate.
He was the one with the disorder, but I'm now sleeping better too.
The Sleep Disorder Center at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. For more information, please visit tjsamson.org.
Want to stay in the know on what's going on with your Glasgow EPB? Just follow us on Twitter at Glasgow EPB or like us on Facebook at Glasgow Electric Plant Board and stay informed about new products, services, and money-saving tips. With a smartphone, you will also have access to constantly updated information during outages. For 50 years, we have been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Had a very pleasant Good Friday morning, everybody. 56 degrees out there. A little fog. I think I got it in my throat, too. Little fog out there this morning. In fact, 1/2 of a mile visibility at the Glasgow airport reported the last scan of instruments, and the normal is about 10 miles. So Ray Stajic is going to talk about the way the day is starting out for us today.
Fog thick and thick enough for dense fog advisory. So that's that little extra punch in the arm, right, that maybe your buddy will give you and say, hey, pay attention. The fog is thicker with quarter-mile visibility or less in many places. By mid-morning, we'll start to see the fog go away. And actually, behind this front, we've got some clearing skies, so you'll get into the clearing this morning once the fog goes away in the low cloud, becoming sunny. And it looks like some beautiful weather over the next few days. Next chance of rain not mentioned until early next week, and it looks like we'll get milder again next week. So a cool morning with a fog around, dense fog advisory, becoming clear if you're not already. And then sunny this afternoon, 75. Tonight clear, 52. Some spots north especially into the 40s. Very pleasant Saturday, a few clouds around, 75. On Sunday, more sunshine, warmer, low 80s. Chance of showers and thunderstorms on Monday, upper 70s. And I think low 80s are going to take us through most of next week, with even a shot by late week of the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. The barometric pressure is at 30. 10. The wind's out of the southeast at a couple of miles an hour. 100% humidity, and that's where your fog comes from. The air is very, very moist this morning. Speaking of moist, yesterday we got 4,300 of an inch of rainfall as it kind of off again, on again fell. And as I said, the visibility is down to a half a mile at the Glasgow airport. 56 degrees this morning at WCLU. Let's get the Friday newscast on the air. Round one live in the newsroom. Here is News Director Wes Royce. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Dad. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. A former Allen County, Kentucky accountant was sentenced to United States District Judge Greg N. Stivers for 24 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release in order to pay restitution of $766,000. $349.59, announced the U.S. Attorney Russell M. Coleman. Stephen C. Jones, 51, of Scottsville, Kentucky, committed wire fraud between January of 2010 and August of 2015 when he devised and executed a scheme to defraud his employer by diverting $766,349.59 from the company's bank account to his personal account, according to the plea agreement. Additionally, Jones failed to report the embezzled funds as income income on his tax returns for tax years 2010 through 2014. In total, Jones pled guilty to 6 counts against him, including wire fraud and 5 counts of presentation of a false tax return. Assistant U.S. Attorney Amanda Gregory prosecuted the case. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Internal Revenue Service, and the Allen County Sheriff's Office investigated the case. Well, no label is a good label, according to Metcalfe County Superintendent Benny Lyle. Lyle explains that as Kentucky finds itself in a transition period for assessment and accountability, the only schools identified are those that qualify for some type of state assistance. That number is approximately 40% of all schools. All other schools are described as other. The classification of other is where all Metcalfe County schools have landed for this performance cycle. Dr. Lyle said the original goal of the new system was to be a simplified, easy-to-explain measure. Well, we obviously missed that one. Schools are rated in 3 categories. Number 1, proficiency in reading and math. 2, other academic indicators such as science, social studies, and writing at the elementary and middle schools. And 3, growth. The high school calculation also includes graduation rates. All 3 categories are considered equally when applying a performance judgment to a school. Lyle said it's good to know that all of our schools performed well enough to stay out of state assistance, but at the end of the day, we just want to look at every individual student and ask ourselves what we can do to create better learning opportunities for them. Director of Instruction Jamie Howard indicated each school is continually exploring new and innovative methods to reach all students. She referenced a number of grants the district has secured over the past year to assist with those efforts. We have the Striving Readers Comprehensive Literacy Grant 21st Century Farm to School and a number of other programs to provide a variety of options for students, said Howard. More importantly, we have a fantastic team of dedicated staff members who give their all each and every day for our students. More local news when we continue here on WCLU. Right now it is 6:12 and it is a cool 56 degrees.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
282-0266.
In more local news at this hour, from the Bowling Green Warren County Drug Task Force, in a joint operation with the Kentucky State Police West Interdiction Team, have arrested Christopher Lee Pearson of 130D Westwood Circle in Bowling Green, Kentucky. He is age 37, and also David E. Manley of 1149 College Street in Bowling Green, age 43. They are charged with trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree Class C felony methamphetamine and tampering with physical evidence, a Class D felony. Following an investigation of drug trafficking, both accused were observed in a drug transaction at a hotel parking lot on Cumberland Trace Road in the limits of Bowling Green. When Christopher Pearson was taken into custody, detectives found 16 grams of crystal methamphetamine in his possession, with numerous digital scales and $950 in cash. David Manley was simultaneously taken into custody in the hotel parking lot. Following a Kentucky State Police K-9 search of his vehicle, 28 grams of crystal methamphetamine was located, along with $250 in cash. The arrest and seizure seizures occurred at 11:23 a.m. Tuesday in the 200 block of Cumberland Trace Road. Both accused were arrested without incident and lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. Kentucky State Police is now taking applications for those interested in becoming a trooper. Just recently, a radio campaign began to attract new applicants. Here is that message.
A challenge like no other, an exciting career, the desire to give back to your community. Well, now is the time. Kentucky State Police Recruitment Office is accepting applications right now for troopers. Do you have what it takes? If so, call today at 502-782-1800 or visit KentuckyStatePolice.org. That number, once again, is 502-782-1800.
The next KSP cadet class is scheduled for May of 2019, and due to a 2017 legislative change, cadets can now earn an associate's degree while training at the academy. The deadline for the May 2000 cadet class is October the 8th of 2018. That's for the 2019 class. All applications received after that date will be utilized for selection of the 2019 cadet class candidates. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. Right now it is 6:16 and 56 degrees in downtown Glasgow. Coming up next, Kentucky News Network.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jerry Bloom. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell commenting on the Judiciary Committee hearings where Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh testified. The Kentucky Republican criticized Democrats on the committee for doing what he calls an immense disservice to both witnesses by turning a sensitive allegation into a political and media circus. A former professor at Western Kentucky University pleading guilty to stealing more than $200,000 from the school.
Former engineering professor Matthew Detman is accused of scheming to defraud Western Kentucky University by diverting payments from WKU's engineering department for his own personal use. Those payments resulted in a loss of $236,000 to WKU. Detman accepted a plea deal and faces up to 20 years behind bars, a combined maximum fine of $250,000 and 3 years of supervised release. The former professor is also required to pay back the money he stole. I'm Haley Hansen.
Troubled pizza chain Papa John's is reaching out to potential buyers and asking them to submit offers. Reuters was the first to report that the Louisville, Kentucky-based company is seeking help as its founder, John Schnatter, seeks to regain control of the company. Schnatter stepped down under pressure after making racially insensitive comments on a media training conference call. He still owns almost 30% of the company. Lexington socialite, horsewoman, and charity fundraiser Anita Madden has died. Madden was known for throwing star-studded, extravagant Kentucky Derby Eve parties and also known for her charity work. She died yesterday evening in Hamburg, surrounded by family and friends. She was 85. I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
This is WCLU Local News, 620, 56 degrees. Travelers advisory this morning. We have a dense fog advisory. The visibility to Glasgow Airport is a half a mile, and you can quickly see that there's some restrictive fog out there this morning. Be aware of that as you are traveling. In area funeral announcements this hour, Patricia Pat Hodges, age 72, of Louisville, formerly of Hart County, passed away Tuesday at the Baptist East Hospital. She was a member of the Horse Cave Baptist Church and attended services at St. Matthew's Baptist Church in Louisville. She retired from Koch Air as an office administrator. She enjoyed her animals, gardening, decorating, floral design, and spending time with her family and friends. She is survived by her sister, Lisa Collins, and husband, Neil of Louisville, a granddaughter, Taylor Scroggin of Louisville, one grandson, Skylar Wilson of Louisville, four nieces, Lynette Hodges, Megan Collins, Tanya Chadwell, and Sherry Hodges, three nephews, Derek and Dustin Collins, and Mark Hodges, two great-nieces, Farrah Chadwell of Isabella Collins, two great-nephews, Jason Snyder and Gabrielle Hodges. Funeral services for Patricia Pat Hodges will be at 2 o'clock Saturday at Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Horse Cave Cemetery. Visitation begins at noon Saturday at the Wynn Funeral Home. Expressions of sympathy can take the form of contributions to the Kentucky Humane Society. Albert Jr. Walker, 73, of Summershade, died Wednesday at Hospice House of Southern Kentucky. He was a farmer, an avid hunter and fisherman, a member of the Refuge Church of Christ. He is survived by his wife, Shirley Walker, two daughters, Teresa Furlong and Christy Thompson, both of Summershade, two brothers, James and Joe Walker of Indiana, three grandchildren, Miranda Furlong, Allison and Michael Trent Thompson, special friend Brandy Clark, special cousin Mary Frazier. Service for Albert Jr. Walker will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon at McMurtry Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Summershade Cemetery. Memorials can be made to Hospice House of Southern Kentucky. Mrs. Alma Louise Davis Poindexter, age 91, of Fairdale, a native of Cumberland County, died Thursday at Norton Audubon Hospital in Louisville. She is survived by her children, Phyllis Gossett of Fairdale, Kenny Poindexter of Louisville, Kievan Poindexter of Louisville, siblings Eugene Rabbit Davis of Long Beach, California, Marie Davison of Louisville, Lucille Penny Ray of Burkesville, and several grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Service for Mrs. Alma Davis Poindexter will be held Monday at 11 o'clock at Norris New Funeral Home, burial to be in the Burkesville Cemetery. That's burial to be in the Liberty Cemetery in Cumberland County. The family will receive friends after 5 p.m. on Sunday until the funeral hour on Monday. The Norris New Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Service for Shirley L. Holman Powell Sadler, age 79, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Sunday at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Caney Fork Cemetery. Visitation begins at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Services for Joe P. Steen, age 86, of Louisville, will be Saturday morning at 11 o'clock at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial with military honors to be in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Service for Irvin Wendell Shirley, age 74, of Horse Cave, will be Saturday at 2 at the Summershade Missionary Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the Trindley Lane Cemetery. Visitation begins at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Service for Billy Joe Morgan, age 60, of Bowling Green, will be at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial will be in the Smiths Grove Cemetery. Visitation begins at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Service for Ricky Lynn Logston, age 58, of Glasgow, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Fountain Run Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Fountain Run Cemetery. Services for Larry D. Vincent, age 76, of Brownsville, will be today at 11 o'clock at the Grayville Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Sunny Point Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Cruise back in time on Saturday, October 13th during the 18th Annual Glasgow Main Street Cruise and Fall Car Show. The show is free to show cars and the public with a free dash plaque to the first 300 registered vehicles. We average over 350 show cars every year. The show is open to all years, makes and models of hot rods, classics, muscle cars, trucks, motorcycles, antique tractors, and more. Registration is from 9 till noon. Join us for a day of music, food, fun, and door prizes on the Glasgow Public Square during Glasgow Main Street's Cruise and Fall Car Show.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do
626 and 56 degrees at the studios of WCLU this morning. Let's turn to local sports. High school football tonight. Glasgow opens up district play when they host Greene County in their final regular season home game at Hank Roy Stadium. The Scotties are 5-1 on the year after falling to Franklin Simpson last week, while the Dragons come in at 1-5 off of a loss to Hart County in their last game. Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Dubuque have the broadcasts with pregame coverage beginning at 6:30 tonight on Light 102.3, on WCLU 1490 AM and 103.1 FM, and online at playwclu.com. Kickoff is set tonight for 7 o'clock. Also, it's senior night, so the team's seniors will be recognized tonight at 6:30, and you don't want to miss that. Barron County is also at home tonight to take on Taylor County. The Trojans are now 2-4 on the season after defeating Ballard Memorial last week, while the Cardinals come into the game at 4-1 with a win over West Jessamine their last time out. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock tonight. And one change in the schedule for sports today. The boys' regional golf tournament that was scheduled for yesterday has now been rescheduled for today due to all of the weather yesterday and for the last several days, actually. At this time, it is scheduled for play to resume at 10 o'clock this morning at the Franklin Country Club in Franklin, Kentucky. Again, that's the boys' regional tournament in golf. Going to start back up at 10 o'clock this morning. And that's a check of local sports.
This is WCLU Sports Director Joe Myers. The Glasgow Scotty football team will play its final regular season home game of the week on Friday as they open district play against the Greene County Dragons. Our broadcast will be on the air on Light 102.3, WCLU 1490 AM and 103.1 FM, as well as online at playwclu.com beginning at 6:30.
Presented by McDonald HVAC Services. Doctors Mark and Drew Kuzma, Kentucky Farm Bureau, South Central Bank, South Central Telephone, Haywood Sales and Service, and the Glasgow Electric Plant Board.
free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the Magic Man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and
Weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062.
Fog thick and thick enough for dense fog advisory. So that's that little extra punch in the arm, right? That maybe your buddy will give you and say, hey, pay attention. The fog is thicker with quarter-mile visibility or less in many places. By mid-morning, we'll start to see the fog go away. And actually, behind this front, we've got some clearing skies, so you'll get into the clearing this morning once the fog goes away in the low cloud, becoming sunny. And it looks like some beautiful weather over the next few days. Next chance of rain not mentioned until early next week, and it looks like we'll get milder again next week. So a cool morning with a fog around, dense fog advisory, becoming clear if you're not already. And then sunny this afternoon, 75. Tonight clear, 52, some spots north especially into the 40s. Very pleasant Saturday, a few clouds around, 75. On Sunday, more sunshine, warmer, low 80s. Chance of showers and thunderstorms on Monday, upper 70s. And I think low 80s are going to take us through most of next week, with even a shot by late week of the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at the current conditions. The barometer is at 30.10. The winds out of the southeast at a couple of miles an hour. Humidity at 100%. Rainfall last 24 hours, 4,300, just under a half an inch. And visibility very low at the Glasgow airport, half a mile this morning. Constant coverage of studio radar screen from a precip standpoint is nil. But when you zoom into like the Nashville airport, you'll see a lot of ground clutter there because of the fog and the high humidity. But really it's a visibility issue, not a moisture issue from a standpoint of falling precipitation. And we're at 55 degrees this morning. Feels nice, doesn't it? This weather update brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, Private Caregiver and Referral Service.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me in the fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barron River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barron River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barron River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits?
We are at 6:35 right now, WCLU, and we are waking up with 55 degrees here on the Live and Local Morning Show. You know what it's time to do, don't you? It's time to talk about birthdays. And we got a bunch of them, and, birthdays are fun. Celebrations are fun. Next week is going to be fun because at Ralphie's Fun Center, they're not taking fall break off. They're taking fall break on with a lot of really good things coming up here for you and yours to enjoy during fall break. It's the fall break blowout at Ralphie's Fun Center. Starts October the 1st, goes through the 5th, and on the first Monday, it's a $20 game card for $15. Tuesday, it's $2 laser tag. Wednesday, good eats, a one-topping pizza, a large one, and a pitcher of soft drink for $10. And we'll highlight all of these coming up next week. But just know that each and every day is going to be a special day. Where did he say? Ralphie's Fun Center. Getting ready for fall break to be very enjoyable indeed. My goodness, we have birthdays today, and we do enjoy sharing birthdays here on WCLU. And today we are cranking it up on this Friday to say happy birthday to Rhonda Chumley. Lindsay Sewell has a birthday today. It's P.J. Combs Jones. Mary Lee Hyde Gore has a birthday. Amber Hurt is celebrating a birthday today, too. It's also the birthday today of... Where'd my paper go here? Hold on. It's Joanne... No, that's not right. It's Sherry Wooten. Sherry Wooten is 49 today. Miss Debbie Rich... She is the lady who actually winds up Buddy Underwood and heads him out the door in the right direction. Debbie Rich is 64. She's a staple there at Cook Downing Underwood Insurance. You can go by and wish Debbie Rich a happy 64th birthday today. What about that? We have a gongaree as we turn the corner here. It's the 20th birthday today for Jacob Cassidy. 53rd birthday for Kevin Beatty. Bobby Dossie has a birthday. Michael Ray Elmore celebrates a birthday today. And we have the 22nd wedding anniversary for Rollin and Shirley Bacon today. Now, as we move into Saturday, we have the birthday of Caroline Murphy. Mac Sailings. Mac, by the way, is going to be 75 on Saturday. Eddie Russell is going to be 49. Madison Jesse is going to be 18. Raymond Reese, Gracie Pitcock, 49. Jacob Delk, welcome to the teens. Jacob Delk, and guess what? Rendy Terry is going to be 13 on Saturday as well. So these young teenagers, Jacob and Rendy, having birthdays on Saturday. Betty Compton, 83. Gage Shive has a birthday on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we got Bruce Powell, Walter Kidd, Dr. Stephen Ward, Ms. Leslie Bradshaw, Junior Ellis, Carrie Newberry, Sharon Young. Sharon, where is that gong? How about a 70 gong for Sharon Young on Sunday? We have, let's see, our very own Tammy Haney has a birthday on Sunday. Taylor Hayes has a birthday Sunday. And Joanne Walters celebrates on Sunday. I think that we are up to date on birthdays and anniversaries, but there's room on the paper, and we will share some more as they come in this morning. So we got a lot of archiving to do here, wrapping up the month of September, and I'm going to get the archives on the air right now so that we can share history and understand how special of a place this place is. Let's see here. I want to get over here and say good morning to, let's see. Here we go. Sharon Peterson is talking about really heavy fog in the Oil Well Road community. Thank you, Sharon Peterson, for getting on the Facebook Live feed to send that information to us. Crystal Joe Carey is saying good morning. So is Miss Angela D. Roach Mutter. Sharon Peterson said good morning. Judy Breedlove Combs up in eastern Kentucky saying good morning to Miss Judy. Also, we've got Corey Geralds, Micah Guilfoyle Payne. It is Michelle Roach. Let's see. Dale Copus is on here this morning, ready to have a nice weekend. Spencer Benedict is chiming in here on the Facebook Live feed. That's just some of the names that I've been able to pick up, but y'all just keep writing and we'll get back to it here as we get ready to get into the archives today. Brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. And let's see, I'm just going to hit that button and hit that button. And I'm just going to bet Sam Terry magically is going to appear on the other end of this phone. Is that right?
That's right.
Hey, how you doing, Sam?
Doing great. How are you, Henry?
What's the visibility out at your house today?
Not much.
That's right. You ain't seen much, right?
Not yet.
All right. I'm getting notes handed to me left and right here, Sam, but I'm going to put those into a stack that says do that in a minute. Because we got to go back 100 years and enjoy the past. It explains a whole lot. Well, let's see here. We've got excuse me. We have the 1918, 100 years ago, Sam. This was the deal. Motor truck mail service is going to be established between Nashville and Glasgow beginning Monday. This is according to Charles S. Myers, who is the motor truck route agent of the Post Office Department. Now, one truck is going to be used on the route. It'll leave Nashville each morning at 5 o'clock and make the trip to Glasgow and return to Nashville at about 8 p.m. Now, this is 1918, Sam. I think this is a bold development for 100 years ago.
I would think so, and that makes for a long day of mail delivery.
That's right, and not exactly, there's no I-65, no 31E much. It says the truck will stop at every post office along the line, leaving mail which will be distributed by rural carriers, and on the return trip, it'll take up mail from these places. So the post office, it's a modernization move there in 1918. I see that Ms. Milletta Carroll Dunn is tuned in this morning, and I want to say good morning to her. And Dale Copus is in there. Dale's, of course, one of the multi-talented valets at TJ Pavilion. He says he's ready to go park cars today, and he'll do it good. Marie Crawhorn is tuned in this morning. Josh Underwood on the Facebook Live feed, too. Glad y'all are going with us. All right, Sam, I didn't mean to get offline, but I got offline. Let me get back online, okay? 1918, Albert Witt died this day at the Great Lakes Training Station of Spanish influenza. He was 18 years old. Young Will left here in the summer to volunteer his service to his country, and now his name is but another to add to the heroes who died in service to their country. The only survivor, his brother, who is stationed in a southern camp, is here to attend the funeral. So, Spanish influenza. I was talking to somebody the other day about how that, even last year, the influenza was deadly to a lot of middle-aged folks. And we need to be sure that we stay on top of that, get those immunizations, and, you can see it doesn't matter what the decade is, it can be fatal. All right.
Well, the flu was a big deal in 1918, and, Glasgow was in a precarious situation during the flu epidemic because most of our local doctors were serving in World War I.
That is correct.
We had Dr. Froge, who was still here to try to take care of the folks, and it was a frightening time.
Yes, it was. And, talking about serving your country, that's one thing, but you can't abandon your community while you're serving your country. And we had a lot of physicians who, I'm sure they were torn, not being able to help folks out. Here's a 1928 news story. You know how much I appreciate the writing of Mr. Jones, the editor of the Republican from back in the day. and always had a very special way of writing things. And today, about his wedding anniversary, is no different. It says here that last Sunday marked the 43rd anniversary of the life partnership of your editor and Mrs. Jones. We are not in the habit of noticing the day, and often in the afternoon one of us would remark, "This is September 23rd." And then one would remark the number of years that had passed. But last Sunday, in came Mrs. J.L. Biggers, Mrs. Jones' only sister, and her husband, Mr. L.W. Jones, the only brother to the writer, Mrs. Alice Nelson and daughter Ivy, and last but not least, Mr. and Mrs. W.T. Poteet and children from West Virginia. A few hours were spent in feasting and social enjoyment. Now, that's truly probably the pioneering of social media there, where the newspaper editor had a big get-together for his wedding anniversary, as he should have.
He should have, and that was a great family, and I'm sure they had a wonderful time getting to see all the folks from out of town.
His style of writing, he's even extrapolated all the way to his own wedding anniversary there. Social enjoyment. That was 1928. Also, we've got Mr. and Ms. Hal Ralston this day, returning from Louisville, where they attended the big bankers convention. They visited their sister, Mrs. Oscar Bridges, and Mr. Bridges in Hardin County, and they went over and visited my old Kentucky home, too. So they, the bankers were putting on a nice little convention. You could do several things there, it looks like. I'm telling you what, this fog out here, Sam Terry, it hurt my visibility, but it's certainly hurting my throat this morning. Sorry about that. And I didn't have any way to just kill everything. Had to clear my throat. Such is the nature of the business. 1938, we learn that the Smoot brothers are going to close out their business after 38 years. Mr. George and Jim Smoot have closed out their clothing business and will engage in other occupations. The Smoot brothers. Now, I got some more information on that here. For more than a third of a century, the firm of the Smoot brothers has been popular, and it's with regret, not to say sadness, that they closed their business. Clever, courteous, and gentleman under all conditions. That's about as an all-inclusive statement about somebody that I could think of, Sam. Who wouldn't want to set their goals as being clever, courteous, and a gentleman? You can go pretty far with those attributes, I think.
You can.
Says they conducted their business honestly, and they were liked and respected. Mr. George Smoot, the senior member, has accepted a position with Clayton Pettigo Company, where he invites his friends and former customers to call and see him. Mr. Jim Smoot has not decided what he wants to do yet, but what he has done is certainly worth making a big note of there. All right, 1948, we're talking about a little real estate transaction here. As to be expected, W.E. Moore, longtime Rocky Hillian. You didn't know what people from Rocky Hill were called, did you?
No, but I'm thrilled to finally know. I can't wait to use that.
That's right. We are going to, hey, look at here. Here comes a guy who knows, because he's a Rocky Hillian. Actually, it sounds like like a hooligan or something. Longtime Rocky Hillian, who moved to Warren County about a year ago, showed signs of returning to Old Barren when he bought the 253-acre former Settle Farm last week. He gave $76 per acre per auction conducted by Roy B. Payne for Curd and Wilson. So pretty good deal there. $76 per acre in 1948. I think that's pretty good money.
I think so, yes.
1948 also, Mrs. W.P. Eubank opened up her kindergarten class Monday morning at 1015 South Green Street with the following pupils: Janie Bradford, Mary Leach Myers, Joe Carroll Rogers, Judy Cartwright, Chris and Linda Grinstead, Walter Wynn Davis, Lauren Williams Jr., Martha Gabbard, Martha Hall Webb, Bonnie Furlong, Jean Luckett Jones, and Ann Dickinson. Now, those are some young students there, and you can tell that Mrs. Eubank, in opening up a kindergarten, made a difference in a lot of these young lives, because they all went on to serve us well. And I've heard folks speak of Ms. Eubank's kindergarten, and it was apparently a really nice operation there, Sam.
Well, I think it was, Henry, and to help people understand where that was, that house is now the home of Dr. Barrett Lessenberry, and kids are still going there, except they go for Halloween now.
Yeah, that's right. They come into the front yard and have a big time, but not as big a time as Barrett has doing it, you know. Little of that kindergarten spirit is still in there, you think?
It's alive and well.
No question about it. That was 1948, though, when Ms. Eubank started up the kindergarten business there. 1948 also, news actually from Summershade that Mr. and Ms. Clayton Nunley and son Gerald and Mr. and Ms. Leroy Nunley and daughters Billy Sue and Donnie Mae spent Sunday in Nashville and visited their daughters, Mrs. June and Margaret Nunley, who are attending Drawins Business College. It was just good to go, I'm sure, and see the gals in 1948 and see how that they were doing. All right, we have a wedding announcement here from 1948, Sam. The marriage of Miss Wiley Oline Pulliam, the daughter of Mrs. Etta Pulliam, and Mr. Rondell R. Oliver, the son of Mrs. Nettie Oliver, was solemnized this afternoon at the First Christian Church by the Reverend Bradford Curry. Following the ceremony, the happy young couple left for a bridal trip and are expected to return home on Sunday. So it was the marriage of Mr. and Mrs. Rondell R. Oliver. His nickname, of course, was Soup, and we know his son, Robert Oliver, Glasgow Prescription Center. And a very nice couple indeed, and Soup served his community well in a number of capacities and was involved in the military and the National Guard, but it was a solemnized marriage celebration here in 1948, Sam. Let's see, we've also got here 1948 to wrap it up. A suit filed this day in Hart Circuit Court against a tobacco company asking for damages because the chewer claims that tobacco purchased at a store near Horse Cave caused an infection of his mouth. Trial of the suit has been postponed until next January. Immediately they got quite the extension on that one. And I'm sure
maybe we'll see a follow-up in the next few weeks.
I hope we will, because, you know, it's like, how in the world did they ever, you know, I'm sure there were lots and lots of red flags already up on that one, and the tobacco companies were taking care of it big time. 1958, we're done. 1968, we're done. 1978, this was the day that the Barron County Fiscal Court set the county tax rate at 14.1 cents per $100 of assessed valuation.
You know, one of the interesting things I thought about when I read that, Henry, was that 40 years has passed, and our local tax rate has only increased by 0.4 cents in the last 40 years.
We are, I'm telling you what, businesses should look at the county and say, how are they doing that with not increasing the income any more than that? But that's something, there's a lot on the shoulders of those that run the county government to make sure that we keep our tax rate as affordable for the citizens as possible, and what an indication that is, Sam. This day in 1978 was the 10-year reunion of the Glasgow High School class of 68. Do the math. Also in 1978, Edmonton High School class of 53 held their 25th reunion down at the Barron River Lodge. All right, I'm seeing lots of folks tuned in on Facebook here. I'm not getting everybody's name on there, but because I've just have to look at these other papers. But Mike Richardson is tuned in, Tammy Thomas, Paulette Knuckles. Hey, Paulette, how are you doing today? Miss Beverly Bishop Hammonds is watching today, too, on the Facebook Live feed and on Channel 6 on the EPB, and we're glad to have them there. Big day in this day in 1978 when Corinne Bowles retired from the Glasgow Post Office after 20 years as an employee. Now, folks used to go get the mail and used to love to go see Miss Corinne Bowles up there, Sam. And also, this particular sports story here, a couple of sports stories from 1978. We were doing good in sports in 1978, because the headline reads, Football News, the Scotties humiliated Campbellsville 70-0. And the Trojans ripped the Patriots 31-7. So 100 points scored between the two high schools. That's ripping and humiliating for sure, don't you think?
Definitely.
And 1978, also, the Barron County Trojan Chuck Ballard and the Glasgow Scotty Roger Hampton received the Eaton Golden Helmet Awards for their game playing this week. Two outstanding young athletes from back in 1978. Let's get over here to 1988. We've got to deal with some homecoming things here, Sam. Like the 1988 Metcalfe County Homecoming Queen candidates. All right, Betsy Froggett, Erica Shive, Jennifer Carter, Letitia Hughes, Lori Hurt, Holly Coleman, Heather Brown, and Susan Compton. I know a lot of those ladies, and what an excellent court for Homecoming 1988 at Metcalfe County. And the archivist writes that Erica Shive was crowned the queen there in 1988. While we're doing homecoming queens, 1988 Glasgow High School homecoming queen candidates. Here they are: Carla Twyman, Kim Howell, Julie Whiteside, Autumn Johnson, Catherine Ropp, Melissa Nelson, Terry Jo Logston, Beshka Moore, Julie Nelson, Stacy Branham, Deanna Mills, and Gretchen Pollum. And that was 1988. The winner was Gretchen Pollum at Glasgow High School in 1988. And let's go ahead and do the Barron County homecoming from this night in 1988. Here's the candidates for homecoming queen: Ann Riley, Courtney Bruton, Jennifer Riley, Stacy Centers, Amy Wood, Kim Burgess, Penny Houchins, Kelly Cleary, Nicole Houchins, Shay Dunn, Ann Simpson, and Sehan Hunter. And the archivists tell us that Shay was the winner. A lot of lovely young ladies there vying for the crown of homecoming queen in 1988. And let's see, one more thing here. How about a celebrity coming to town? Dallas star Ken Kercheval, remember him?
I do.
He played the role of Cliff Barnes, one of those Dallas types. He will attend the Old Fort ceremony Sunday. Let's see here, the archivist writes that at the time, Ken Kercheval was married to Ava Fox, a daughter of a Barron County native, Gladys Ruth Williams Fox, the daughter of George Buford and Anna Susan Pettigo Williams. There we are connecting the dots, and that was an exciting time there in 1988. I'm noticing on the feed that Ann Steenbergen is tuned in this morning, and I got a note here that Ann's daughter, Ashley Steenbergen Elrod, is having a birthday tomorrow, so we want to be sure and get that on there as well. There were some other folks that I saw on the tuning in on Facebook Live, but I'll get back to those here in a second. Also, this day in 1998, Park City High School class of 58 met at the Barron River State Park. 16 class members present. I think I did that yesterday, but hey, there's nothing wrong with doubly congratulating classmates for getting back together there. This was a really big deal in 1998. 10 digits are now required to dial local numbers in the 502 area code. This was a big press release from the South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative. And you know, I remember lots and lots of griping. Dang, you know, we used to be able to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Sarah, get me the diner." But in 1998, it's going to take 10 digits to call the diner.
Exactly.
Is that progress, you think?
It was a big adjustment.
It was. I'm still not used to it, because then what they did was they changed the area code. So I guess I'm a creature of habit. 1998, this was the day that Miss Jamie Jewel Bewley was crowned Barron County High School homecoming queen. She served her school very well in 1998 as the homecoming queen and continues this day to serve her alma mater. That was homecoming from 98. Let's make sure we're done in 98 here. I don't want to leave anybody out. We're in good shape. And 2008, it was 10 years ago this day that Ryan Witt, fine young gentleman, was awarded a trip to Disney World thanks to the Dream Factory. And I know that Ryan was and is a very deserving young man, and he certainly appreciated that gift very well. Also, this day in 2008, we started the Roller Coaster Fair for the 23rd year. Smithsonian exhibits open October the 11th at the South Central Kentucky Between Fences. And a 4% general fund tax increase was passed this day in 2008 by the Glasgow Board of Education. Sam, no matter how hard that we try, no matter how hard we try to not get behind, there's just too much interesting information to talk about on the archives. Would you agree?
I would agree. There's always something to come up. And
it's just so hard. We just can't go back. I mean, while we're here, we got to take care of it. And I thank you for helping us get this out there, okay?
I'm glad to do it.
Okay, you have a good day, sir. Sam Terry, appreciate it. Look forward to reviewing Monday with you, okay, sir?
Yes, it'll be October.
It will be. Time to turn it over a whole page. That's why took a few extra minutes because I want to make sure we didn't run out of any September news. So we'll do it again. Thanks to Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. Robbie Birdsell is tuned in this morning. And also we have Ashley Steenberg and Elrod's mother was tuned in. She's got a birthday tomorrow. And also her grandmother is tuned in this morning, too. That's Charlotte Atnip Steenbergen tuned in as well. We are rolling, y'all.
It's the best type of an... Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Cruise back in time on Saturday, October 13th during the 18th Annual Glasgow Main Street Cruise in a Fall Car Show. The show is free to show cars and the public with a free dash plaque to the first 300 registered vehicles. We average over 350 show cars every year. The show is open to all years, makes and models of hot rods, classics, muscle cars, trucks, motorcycles, antique tractors, and more. Registration is from 9 till noon. Join us for a day of music, food, fun, and door prizes on the Glasgow Public Square during Glasgow Main Street's Cruise in a Fall Car Show.
TJ's
Boyd to the birthday list today. Cleotis is 42, we understand. And I also have to get over here, and we have Sherry Ray Boyd, who has a birthday on Sunday. Today, we are patting on the back by special request. I want to see if I've got any information on this. One of the friendly, it's hard to think about, if there's a person whose face you get used to seeing just about every day and is going to retire, you got to think about it. But that's happening today, because today it is Julie Garrett Day on the radio, because Miss Julie is retiring from Houchins #1 as the head cashier. 25 years of service today for Houchins. And many of us are regulars at Houchins, and Miss Julie is always there with a smile on, even when she has to stand there at the cash register with winter blowing in the front door. She's always going to smile, and thank you for shopping at Houchins. And that's the kind of folks that they have. And but it's a retirement today, so if you happen to see Julie Garrett around today, you be sure and pat her on the back and congratulate her on her retirement and thank her for 25 years of service. And let her know she's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste. Oh, Texas. We have Garrett Griffin joining our birthday list. Griffith, I'm sorry. Where did I get that N? You really widened that H out to almost make it look like an N, son.
That's my bad. I get my penmanship from you.
I know it. I'm gonna say, well, at least I read. I don't think you can read. If I'd written that, you wouldn't get the whole word. All right, Garrett Griffith, 7 today. Thank you, sir.
Do you Sampson, providing TLC, total local care 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total local care 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Dealer for detail.
Information on our person of the day here from Miss Nellie. She's telling me that the person who nominated Julie Garrett to be good as gold today is Miss Vicki Hindman. Vicki Hindman, who many of us know in a lot of different capacities, but she's been working at Houchins, but today is her last day at Houchins today, too. So there's lots of friendly faces that we're going to be missing seeing. So thanks to Vicki for letting us know about Julie, and we want to give credit where credit is due. Trivia. What we're going to do now is ask a question. You provide the answer, and you're going to go into a hat. I said it's a hat. This is actually, I don't know what this thing is. It's kind of a Halloween-looking basket.
It's a basket.
Is that what it is? A Halloween-looking basket where our names for our winners for trivia are. So we'll put one more name in there, and then we'll draw out somebody to win 10 pounds family pack of ground beef from the good folks at Phillips IGA. That is synonymous with a well-run and a very good butcher facility there at Phillips IGA. All right. Let me get over here and ask the trivia question. It's Friday. It's local trivia. Here we go. John Prine wrote a famous song about the town of Paradise, Kentucky. In that song, in one of the verses, it says, "The coal company came with the world's largest shovel." As the verse continues, John Prine's lyrics attribute that shovel's arrival to what? So you're going to have to sing that song in your head and tell me in that verse, I think it's the third verse of Paradise, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel. But in the lyrics, what did they attribute that arrival to? Any John Prine fans out there this morning? No? If we did, they hung up. Paradise. That's a story about Paradise, Kentucky, in Muhlenberg County. It probably is the one that really put John Prine on the map. We'll see. Hello, trivia.
Was it the Peabody coal mine?
No, that's not right. What I'm looking for is when it was the Peabody coal mine, but what happened was the world's largest shovel came, and they attributed the largest largest shovel. How do we write it all down as? That might help. That's a big clue right there. Hello, trivia.
Peabody.
Well, no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's the name of the company, but in the song, when the shovel came, John Prine, they attributed it to what? Hello, trivia.
Carried the county away.
No, it's not right. That's kind of what they did, but in the song, John Prine says they finally came with the world's largest shovel, and here's how they justified it. Trivia.
Write it all down as the progress of man.
My goodness, why not have an answer on key? Tell everybody who this is.
Joanna Harvey.
Joanna, you're a Kentuckian, aren't you?
I sure am.
And you're a John Prine fan.
I like some of the songs.
Some of the songs. Hey, let's don't make too big of a commitment there, Joanna.
I like this song real well. We sing there, so.
Okay, you and your husband Bob.
Uh-huh.
And it is true. It's about Paradise, Kentucky, and John Prine, who he could fake it, and you could say he was from Kentucky, but he's really not. I think he's from Illinois. But nonetheless, these are the words that he wrote, and how we got the world's largest shovel.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
And the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, tortured the timber and stripped all the land. Well, they dug for their coal till the last Then they wrote it all down as the progress of man.
There you go, Joanna.
Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green?
I knew you couldn't resist that. That is right. It's hey, we're bringing the world's largest shovel, but we justify it because we're writing it down as it's the progress of man. Hey, if man is going to progress, we got to put this largest steam shovel in here and absolutely rip apart the landscape.
It's strip mining.
Of what is ironically named paradise. Okay, there you go, Joanna. You've done what's required, and we're going to write your name over here on the list, on the we're going on an entry slip right here, and we'll dig down there here just in a second and see who's going to win. It'll be a nice prize. Thank you, Joanna, and look forward to hearing you and your husband sing that in the not too distant future. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye, Joanna. Good to talk to you. Joanna Harvey, that's right. They wrote it all down. It's the progress of man. Hey, that's a reason. If you need an excuse, that is one. Okay, Wes.
I just wrote down Friday in the box.
I wrote Friday?
She just wrote Friday, so if you draw Friday, it's Joanna Harvey.
Okay, all right. I thought I wrote Joanna. Maybe anyway I wrote, well, no. This is a lie. See what? This is, one of them fell out. See there? This is a basket. It's a basket. It's a bat basket. You see the bats on there?
Yeah, it's Halloween.
We're running short on hats and baskets. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Somebody won trivia this week, and they're going to win the prize of a 10-pound pack of ground beef from out at Phillips IGA. There it is, Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett, is that right, Wes? Okay, there's the name. So Anthony Bennett, congratulations for being smart and taking it further with the 10-pound family pack from Phillips IGA. Thank you for being the sponsor of trivia all these years.
What's keeping you from giving?
Actually, not all these years. Thank you for the job you do at Phillips IGA all these years, and we look forward to playing trivia next week.
CBS News Update. Republican leaders on the Senate Judiciary Committee have set the vote for 3 hours from now on Brett Kavanaugh. They met last night after impassioned testimony from the Supreme Court nominee and the woman who accuses him of sex assault, Christine Blasey Ford. Democrats, like Delaware's Andrew Kuhn, say they need more time to think.
I hope that members of the committee who heard this whole day agree that what we should do here is pause for a week and investigate these allegations.
It could be close, with 11 Republicans expected to vote yes on sending Kavanaugh's nomination to the full Senate, 10 Democrats expected to vote no. Tennessee Republican Bob Corker.
I don't know that they've done a head count even on the committee as to what people are going to do, but assuming we get to a floor vote, I certainly plan to support his nomination.
Still in doubt, the GOP's Jeff Flake. The American Bar Association is calling for a pause for an FBI investigation. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me in the fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
On demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce reporting. A former Allen County, Kentucky accountant was sentenced by the U.S. District Judge Greg N. Stivers to 24 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release, in order to pay restitution of $766,349.59, announced U.S. Attorney Russell M. Coleman yesterday. Stephen C. Jones, 51, of Scottsville, committed wire fraud between January of 2010 and August of 2015, when he devised and executed a scheme to defraud his employer by diverting $766,349.59 from the company's bank account to his personal bank account, according to the plea agreement. Additionally, Jones failed to report the embezzled funds as income on his tax returns for 2010 through 2014. In total, Jones pled guilty to 6 counts against him, including wire fraud and 5 counts of presentation of a false tax return. Assistant U.S. Attorney Amanda Gregory prosecuted that case. The FBI and the IRS and the Allen County Sheriff's Office also helped in the investigation. Well, no label is a good ladle, according to Metcalfe County Superintendent Dr. Benny Lyle. Lyle explains that as Kentucky finds itself in a transition period for assessment and accountability, the only schools identified are those that qualify for some type of state assistance. The number is approximately 40% of all schools who require state assistance. All other schools are described as, quote, other. The classification of other is where all Metcalfe County schools have landed for this performance cycle. Dr. Benny Lyle says the original goal of the new system was to be simplified, easy to explain measure. Well, we obviously missed that one. Schools are rated in 3 categories. Number 1, proficiency in reading and math. 2, other academic indicators such as science, social studies, and writing at the elementary and middle school levels. And number 3, growth. The high school calculation also includes a graduation rate. All 3 categories are considered equally when applying a performance judgment to a school. Dr. Lyle also added that it's good to know that all of our schools perform well enough to stay out of state assistance, but at the end of the day, we just want to look at every individual student and ask ourselves what we can do to create better learning opportunities for them. Director of Instruction Jamie Howard indicated each school is continually exploring new and innovative methods to reach all students. She referenced the number of grants the district has secured over the past year to assist with those efforts. Her comments are, we have the Striving Readers Comprehensive Literacy Grant, the 21st Century, and Farm to School, and a number of other programs to provide a wide variety of options for our students. More importantly, we have a fantastic team of dedicated staff members who give their all each and every day for our students. Those are the comments of Director of Instruction Jamie Howard. The Bowling Green Warren County Drug Task Force, in a joint operation with the Kentucky State Police West Interdiction Team, have arrested Christopher Lee Pearson, age 37, of Bowling Green, and David E. Manley, age 43, of Bowling Green, on charges of trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree meth and tampering with physical evidence. Following an investigation of drug trafficking, both accused were observed in a drug transaction at a hotel parking lot on Cumberland Trace Road in the limits of Bowling Green. When Christopher Pearson was taken into custody, detectives found 16 grams of crystal methamphetamine in his possession, along with numerous digital scales and $950 in cash. David Manley was simultaneously taken into custody in the hotel parking lot. Following Kentucky State Police K-9 search of his vehicle, 28 grams of crystal methamphetamine was located, along with $250 in cash. The arrest and seizures occurred at 11:23 Tuesday in the 200 block of Cumberland Trace Road. Both were arrested without incident, and they were lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. Kentucky State Police is now taking applications for those interested in becoming a trooper. Just recently, a radio campaign began to attract new applicants. Here's that message.
A challenge like no other, an exciting career, the desire to give back to your community. Well, now is the time. Kentucky State Police Recruitment Office is accepting applications right now for troopers. Do you have what it takes? If so, call today at 502-782-1800 or visit KentuckyStatePolice.org. That number, once again, is 502-782-1800.
The next KSP cadet class is scheduled for May of 2019. Due to a 2017 legislative change, cadets can now earn an associate's degree while training at the academy. The deadline for the May 2019 cadet class is October 8th, 2018. All applications received after that date will be utilized for selection of the 2019 cadet class candidates. The Barron County Family YMCA is more than just a gym or a place to play basketball. It is a community hub and a community center, and their fundraising efforts will provide opportunities for many in the community who need it. Henry Royce spoke with new CEO of the YMCA as well as Terry Bunnell on the issue. Here is their interview from yesterday.
Thank you for joining us today here in WCLU. It's going to be an exciting day because we're going to be telling you about something that is very exciting. It's going to be going on at our YMCA, which we are so proud of here in South Central Kentucky. And two people are with me today that have a whole lot to do with how successful the YMCA is. I'm going to start with CBR.
Thanks, Steve.
Terry Bunnell, the chairman of the board of the Glasgow Barron County Family YMCA. Tell us what we're going to be talking about today.
Henry, thanks for having us on this morning. We're delighted to be here. Myself as chairman of the board and Terry Beta, who's our chief executive officer. We're here today to announce our annual giving campaign of Barron County Family YMCA. The campaign is entitled #YMCA Giving Tuesday.
It is tweet technology.
Well, we are. Yes, we are very much so. Again, #YMCA Giving Tuesday. It's a part of the Giving Tuesday movement. You've heard of Black Friday, and you've heard of Cyber Monday, and now Giving Tuesday. And so the Barron County Family YMCA, we've been looking to some type of annual campaign to be involved with. And discussions with Tara and others on the staff about how we could do that. We did some research. Tara came up with information on Giving Tuesday. And the Barron County Family YMCA is very, very, very fortunate to be in this community. A lot of people have put a lot of effort into the YMCA, from our membership, our staff, our board, all of our donors throughout the year. But we're looking for a campaign that helps us to sustain us on an annual basis.
You mentioned you referenced Tara.
Yes.
And there have been lots of opportunities for people to meet Tara, the new CEO of the Glasgow Barron County Family YMCA, but she just got hired in July. Yes. So even if you had lunch with everybody every day, not many people would have gotten a chance to meet you. And I want to see if you would just say good morning and about how excited you are to be a part of this.
Okay, thank you so much for having us. Like you said, I am Tara Bailey. I am the Executive Director of the Barron County Family YMCA, and so proud to be the part of this great community and this great organization. Coming here to this area, to Kentucky, I would say that everybody in Kentucky is so welcoming and so inviting. It's great to be a part of such a giving community. And with that, as Terry mentioned, the YMCA has adopted Giving Tuesday as a way for our community to really give back to the community. It's not just the YMCA's, but it's about supporting each other and supporting the community. And we do that at the YMCA every day. We are a community service organization that turns no one away for the inability to pay. So this campaign will help us with our mission and to bring people into our facility and to help us provide those scholarships.
The history of the YMCA here is very strong.
Yes.
The history of the YMCA nationwide is very strong.
Yes.
And but yet it doesn't just happen. We don't sit on our laurels. I think this Giving Tuesday is going to be something that folks can be excited about being involved in.
Yes, exactly, Henry. And the reason, another reason we went with this is it is a national movement. People have heard about Giving Tuesday, and then we're using as an annual campaign for us. this year, 2018, but next year and the next year. We want people to get in their minds that this is an opportunity for you to give back to the YMCA, and we're going to do it on this day. So this is a push, and this is, again, an opportunity for that giving.
So we want to make it easy for our community to give back to the community through the YMCA. So we are having things like text to donate. We'll do several events in the community that will give people the opportunity to give. We'll have things on our Facebook, on our website, through Twitter, through Instagram, through Snapchat. So there will be several avenues for ways for people to give conveniently and to give securely. Now, of course, they could come to the YMCA and make a donation, or even help out, volunteer at the Y. We not only accept financial support, but also volunteer support. If there's a particular area that someone is passionate about, we want them involved in our community.
Now, with a contribution,
she was turning around. I thought she had one on.
This is a T-shirt to Tara's left, to our right here, is the T-shirt. It's a $25 gift.
Prescription Center.
Honey, I feel like we're
culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by McDonald's.
What's your morning matchup? With McDonald's $3 breakfast deals, you can save big on your favorite breakfast sandwiches. Try a buttermilk crispy chicken biscuit or bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Choose any size hot coffee or any size sweet tea or soft drink, both just $3 for a limited time only. It's a toasty, sweet, savory way to make your morning routine a little better at McDonald's. A la carte only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Cool morning with a fog around, dense fog advisory becoming clear if you're not already. And then sunny this afternoon, 75. Tonight clear, 52. Some spots north especially into the 40s. Very pleasant Saturday, a few clouds around, 75. On Sunday, more sunshine, warmer, low 80s. Chance of showers and thunderstorms on Monday, upper 70s. And I think low 80s are going to take us through most of next week, with even a shot by late week of the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, a Weather Channel, WCLU, your home for local.
55 degrees, Ray. Constant coverage in studio. Radar screen is quiet unless you factor in the fog, because folks are having lots of visibility issues out there. Half a mile visibility at the Glasgow airport. We had about 43/100ths of an inch of rain yesterday, and the humidity is at 100% of saturation this morning. Winds out of the southeast at a couple of miles an hour. 30-10 is the pressure. 55 weather brought to you by McDonald's.
This is WCLU Sports Director Joe Myers. The Glasgow Scotty football team will play its final regular season home game of the week on Friday as they open district play against the Greene County Dragons. Our broadcast will be on the air on Light 102.3, WCLU 1490 AM and 103.1 FM, as well as online at playwclu.com beginning at 6:30.
Presented by McDonald HVAC Services. Doctors Mark and Drew Kuzma, Kentucky Farm Bureau, South Central Bank, South Central Telephone, Haywood Sales and Service, and the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. The auction pros at Elmore Realty and Auction have really been busy selling quality property here in South Central Kentucky. So much so that they have another Friday auction coming up this weekend. It's a home at 200 Lena Drive in Glasgow. Now listen to this. It's a nice 1,600 square foot home, has a full basement. It's situated on a large shaded lot, and it's going to be sold at 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Again, the address is 200 Lena Drive. It's a great opportunity. It's a convenient location, and you should make your plans now to attend this auction sale. Check out more about it by going online at elmoreauction.com. They've got a nice brochure and more pictures of this very special auction that's coming up on Friday. So be sure and mark your calendar and make your plans to attend this auction. It's a 5 o'clock Friday afternoon auction conducted by Elmore Realty and Auction, the name you've grown to trust in Southern Kentucky since 1935. Dakota Ray Elmore, principal broker and auctioneer. Let's turn to local sports. High school football tonight. Glasgow opens up district play when they host Greene County in their final regular season home game at Hank Roy Stadium. The Scotties are 5-1 on the year after falling to Franklin Simpson last week, while the Dragons come in at 1-5 off of a loss to Hart County in their last game. Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Dubuque have the broadcasts with pregame coverage beginning at 6:30 tonight on Light 102.3, on WCLU 1490 AM and 103.1 FM, and online at playwclu.com. Kickoff is set tonight for 7 o'clock. Also, it's senior night, so the team's seniors will be recognized tonight at 6:30, and you don't want to miss that. Barron County is also at home tonight to take on Taylor County. The Trojans are now 2-4 on the season after defeating Ballard Memorial last week, while the Cardinals come into the game at 4-1 with a win over West Jessamine their last time out. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock tonight. And one change in the schedule for sports today. The boys' regional golf tournament that was scheduled for yesterday has now been rescheduled for today due to all of the weather yesterday and for the last several days, actually. At this time, it is scheduled for play to resume at 10 o'clock this morning at the Franklin Country Club in Franklin, Kentucky. Again, that's the boys' regional tournament in golf. Going to start back up at 10 o'clock this morning. And that's a check of local sports.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Cruise back in time on Saturday, October 13th during the 18th Annual Glasgow Main Street Cruise in a Fall Car Show. The show is free to show cars and the public with a free dash plaque to the first 300 registered vehicles. We average over 350 show cars every year. The show is open to all years, makes and models of hot rods, classics, muscle cars, trucks, motorcycles, antique tractors, and more. Registration is from 9 till noon. Join us for a day of music, food, fun, and door prizes on the Glasgow Public Square during Glasgow Main Street's Cruise in a Fall Car Show.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred.
You know, next week is fall break. Lots to do with fall break, lots of celebrating. And the celebrating on fall break can be done in lots of ways. Ralphie's Fun Center has a wonderful way to celebrate fall break. Take advantage of their fall break blowout that they're going to be doing every day next week as a part of the fall break at Ralphie's Fun Center. They're going to have specials for you. Lots and lots of specials. In fact, they're going to start off Monday the right way with buy a $20 gift card for just $15. And the specials are going to continue all week long. We'll tell you about them each day as you go to Ralphie's Fun Center and celebrate what is going to be a fun fall break. Let me get the music up here, and we will check the birthdays for today. Got a lot of them coming in here, and I want to make sure we got everybody taken care of. Let's see. First of all, I got to put it in the right order. First of all, today we've got Sherry Wooten turning 49, Debbie Rich turning 64, Jacob Cassidy is 20, Kevin Beatty is 53, Bobby Dossie, Michael Ray Elmore. It's Garrett Griffith. Garrett, by the way, is turning 7 today. Rhonda Chumley, Lindsay Sewell, P.J. Combs Jones, Mary Lee Hyde Gore, and Amber Hurt with birthdays today. 22nd anniversary for Rollin, and Shirley Bacon is today. Saturday, it's Caroline Murphy's birthday. It's also Max Saling's. Max is going to be 75. Eddie Russell is going to be 49. Madison Jesse is going to be 18 Saturday. Raymond Reese for the birthday. Gracie Pitcock, 49. Jacob Delk is going to be 13. We have a couple of, we have two 13-year-olds. Jacob Delk, I just told you is 13. And Rindy Terry. Miss Rindy is going to be 13 on Saturday as well. Betty Compton, 83. Gage Shive. Cleotis Boyd. Cleotis, 42. On Saturday. And Ashley Steenberg and Elrod Sunday. Here's a nice couple. It's Joe and LaVon Thomason. Joe and LaVon Thomason with a wedding anniversary on Saturday. Sunday, we got a bunch of special folks here. Sherry Ray Boyd, your sister-in-law, called in to wish you a happy Sunday birthday. Joanne Walters celebrates Sunday. Taylor Hayes. We've got our own Tammy Haney having a birthday on Sunday. Sharon Young is 70. Carrie Newberry. Junior Ellis, if I can say the word. Leslie Bradshaw. Dr. Stephen Ward. Walter Kidd. And Bruce Powell. I believe, unless I've missed something, that is the number of folks we have for weekend birthdays today. 651-9149-800-956-1023 online, WCLUradio.com. Still, we got to give away a birthday cake from Dairy Queen off of the names on this list, and a beautiful rose from down at Greer's Florist, Sue. So be sure to get those names into us right here at WCLU. And thanks to Ralphie's Fun Center, we'll see you fall breaking.
Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Good morning, friends. Often we are tempted to judge our spirituality by comparing ourselves to someone else. If we seem to be doing more good and less wrong than another, we pat ourselves on the back and feel self-satisfied. Or perhaps we may never seem to measure up to the expectations of others when it comes to right deeds and thoughts. At times we may hear someone say, "Well, I'm not a saint, but at least I don't do what so-and-so does." Oh, really? Let me tell you something, my friend. The ground is level at the foot of the cross. We are either saved by the grace of God or we are in a lost state. The sin of gossip will condemn a person just as quickly as the sins of immorality. And upon repentance, the blood of Christ will cleanse any and all sins that might be committed. I guess the bottom line is this: don't compare yourself with another person when determining your level of spirituality or level of acceptability before God. Compare yourself with the Lord Jesus and then see how you come out. When we make that comparison, we all will come up short of what we need to be. Stop confessing the sins of others and start confessing your own. Stop feeling inferior because you cannot seem to be what you want to be spiritually. Give everything to Jesus, and He can transform you into what He needs you to be. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic.
Let me see here. I just learned about a gongaree. It is the 50 gongaree. Let me find that gong here. Today it's Mrs. Nancy Rogers. Happy 50th birthday to Mrs. Nancy Rogers. Fast forward to Sunday, we have Judge Gabe Pendleton. Judge Gabe Pendleton, happy birthday on Sunday, sir.
Hack Whitty, Marita Whitty-Lyle, David Whitty, Becky Lyle, names that have been trusted in this community for quality auto repairs for 46 years. Names you can continue to trust for many years to come. At Whitty's Complete Car Care, they specialize in all your car repair needs, including brakes, tune-ups, and diagnostics. And you won't believe their amazing tire prices. If you're ever in need of towing or unlocking service, Jeff is ready and waiting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whitty's Complete Car Care on Rogers Road in Glasgow, 46 years and counting.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me in the fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is
We're patting on the back by special request, Julie Garrett. It's Julie Garrett's day now. Julie, you probably, I'm sure most folks know her name, but if you don't, she is, for the last 25 years, been the head cashier standing there by the front door in the cold or the heat as the head cashier at Houghton's number 1. She is retiring today after 25 years as the head cashier at Houghton's number 1. So you be sure to pat Julie Garrett on the back and let her know she's good as gold and wish her happy retirement from her friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. That was actually requested. You know how we can request good as gold honorees. Vicki Heinman, who is an all-around nice gal, who requested that Julie be good as gold. And today, Vicki is retiring as well. So big changes. Got to go check it out at Houghton's number 1. Wes is standing here with the hat. Shake that hat right there. That the hat, a prized possession of ours because it once belonged to the great Ken Lane. And Ken donated his hat, says, here, y'all draw a name out of my hat. This is a real hat. There's nothing flimsy about this hat. From its history all the way to its texture here. Have I mixed them up enough? All right. Did I have one or two? You got one. I have one, okay. No, I have two. Okay. Which one do you want? That one? Okay, all right. What does this say right here? This is it's Pam Florence. Pam Florence, who was good as gold yesterday. And now she wins dinner at a Little Taste of Texas. So that is that's a wonderful thing to enjoy, and we thank Little Taste of Texas so much for sponsoring our Good as Gold part of the program here so that we can make special folks special on their special days. If you'd like to request a Good as Gold day for somebody that's retiring, maybe a birthday honoree, something like that, go online, WCLUradio.com. You can see where you could submit nominations. We really appreciate if you give us a couple of weeks so we can try to get as close to where you wanted it as we possibly can. So just be sure and get on there for that. Tidbit News in 30 seconds.
You don't have to know the mechanics of how your car works. You just have to know mechanics who do. That's the story of Haywood Sales and Service. From a small engine repair center, Haywood Sales and Service has blossomed into a popular place for trusted vehicle service and repairs with ASE certified mechanics. They're your source for Cooper and Mastercraft tires for any vehicle. Pros who provide dependable service. Pros who won't overcharge you and who want your business. That's Haywood Sales and Service on Finney Road at Haywood. Discuss your needs at 270-814-1068.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Spinning the globe around the world and up your street, it's Tidbit News, the final version of the week. It's been quite a festive week, Tidbit News-wise.
Hopefully not as depressing as yesterday.
Well, I had a lot of comment on that yesterday as I was out and around town. Man, that was depressing. Sorry about that. But it's the news.
It is what it is.
That's right. So let's see here. I'm going to try to ramp it up a little bit today, okay?
All right.
This story is where a Colorado Police Department shared audio from a 911 dispatch call. It was placed west by a 10-year-old boy who needed help.
Okay.
Needed help with his math homework.
Okay.
This is the Fort Collins Police Department. They put a video on Facebook featuring the audio from a 911 call from a boy who was stuck on a long division problem. Quote, "Hi, this isn't an emergency, but I'm 10 years old and I'm working on my math homework right now, and I can't figure out what 71 divided by 3,052 is." This is what the caller said.
Less than 1.
To dispatcher Chris Clow. Clow was able to find the boy an answer, 42.9. The disclaimer, not all dispatchers are skilled in math and or readily equipped with calculators, as dispatcher Chris, the department wrote, reminding residents to only use 911 for real emergencies and to call the police's non-emergency number for other questions.
What's the math line?
It says here, though it should be noted that the FCPD is not responsible for incorrect homework answers, if you or your child believe you need police assistance with an assignment, please contact your school resource officer during school hours. They love talking to their students about pretty much anything.
Can you imagine if somebody's saying the dog ate their homework?
Yeah.
Actually, it was the K-9 unit.
That's right. Yeah, they came out to the house to help me with that, and the dog ate it. The bottom line there is don't ever call 911 for math homework.
And learn long division way before the 5th grade.
That's right. Take a challenge.
A little late to be learning that.
Number 2, a Washington man shared a security camera footage on his Facebook page here about showing his escaped puppy coming home on his own and using his nose to ring the doorbell. Guy's name is Greg Basil. He shared surveillance camera footage from the front door of his Liberty Lake house, showing the dog, Marshall, returning home on his own after running away. The clever canine uses his nose to repeatedly ring the doorbell and inform his family that he's ready to come inside.
That's great.
Basil said it was not the first time Marshall managed to get outside of the house, but hey, he knows how to get back in, that's for sure.
A lot better than just scratching the door.
Yeah, that's some, there is certain canines seem to have a knack for being persistent.
That's hilarious. A really sharp dog. Did they say what kind of? It's some kind of terrier, you said?
It does not say. But anyway, maybe I can find that out for you, okay?
Dogs are smart.
Hey, no question
Smarter than
about
us
it.
some days.
That's right, every day. All right, let's go. This story, I've debated on using this story. It's not dumb criminals. It's just, I don't know how to describe this story, but listen up, okay?
Okay.
Up in Michigan, up around Detroit, there is a bar. It's called Hub Stadium in Auburn Hills, Michigan, that features axe throwing lanes.
A lot better than darts.
They've had their liquor licenses and permits suspended by the Michigan Liquor Control Commission for 1 day in order to develop new safety procedures and precautions.
Don't drink and chop.
Drinking alcohol while throwing axes, axe throwers wearing open-toed shoes, a lack of monitoring by the bar management, and axes ricocheting off of targets in the direction of participants were among the concerns.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Listed by the Michigan Liquor Control Commission investigators who visited the warehouse-style bar at 2550 Innovation Drive in Auburn Hills, a licensed establishment that allows alcohol consumption to allow patrons to throw potentially injurious and even deadly weapons poses a significant concern.
I will say that is a brilliant way to distinguish your bar from others, is having that. It's kind of like a nostalgic sort of thing, I'm sure.
We're different. You can throw an axe.
But actually, you can't do that.
That's right.
That would be bad. Can you imagine going up trying to get a Miller Lite and... what happened?
The Michigan Liquor Control Commission does not regulate axe throwing or any other sport. It's not contrary to the law for sporting activities to take place in liquor establishments. Once the results of the investigation show that a significant threat to the public health existed, the commission ordered the hearing. So, hey, we're going to shut you down for 1 day while you tell us how to make throwing axes by inebriated people safe. I want to see that explanation.
Can you imagine the bartender saying, "Hey, you're cut off"?
Yeah, that's right. This is the end.
Here's an axe. You're cut off.
This is you have reached your limit. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in there if they were just throwing axe handles.
No, I don't like it. I mean, I don't even like it when people carry guns into restaurants. I just, I know it's legal, but it just makes me nervous.
Yeah, well, it's like that way. Well, I don't know. But we brought it up because I never thought such a place, existed.
It is a brilliant marketing sort of deal. Everybody's got their own sort of thing,
I'm just way out of the loop.
Apparently I am too.
Tidbit News. I think that's Did we have anything else here for today to wrap it up for today, Wes? Let me look here and see that.
Can we mention what's going on next Wednesday?
Okay, you can if you want to.
Yeah, so next Wednesday, October the 3rd, is National Coffee with a Cop Day. And we are inviting the Glasgow Police Department and Barron County Sheriff's Office to come have coffee with us. And part of what that is, it's not just about the caffeinated drink. It's also about your law enforcement people who take an oath to protect and serve you, to also add a little bit to that, and from what they see on a day-to-day basis and what they are trained in, some community building, community strengthening type of things that need to go on. And so we're going to have some younger officers who just came out of the academy who are kind of up to speed on some of the more modern day things that you can do, as well as some seasoned veterans as well. So Coffee with the Cop, they're going to be here. And the good folks at the Fine Arts Bistro Catering Company, you know, if you've seen their Blues Brothers building down there, they're going to be providing some coffee and some muffins for our local law enforcement officials. So we are excited about that. The Wednesday show will be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it's coming up just before you know it. And so we want to let everybody know that a little bit ahead of time. Coffee with the Cop. If you see a cop around on Wednesday, talk to them and say, hey, I realize today is National Coffee with the Cop Day. Anything you want to add to, anything I should know about to help protect and serve my community as a citizen as well.
My experience is you will enjoy the conversation, because what they have to know to do that job, and how intense the job is, to be able to step outside of that for a moment and just talk to folks, constituents, will be very enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we can fill it up.
And it's a chance for parents to learn a little bit too, because we will have some of the school resource officers, and that's really where you make a difference, is influencing those kids at a young age so that they don't get in trouble as they get older.
We'll talk more about that and remind folks about it next Wednesday. Coffee with a Cop.
All right.
That's tidbit news for the week.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years.